Hey everyone, welcome back to the LBP speedrunning guide. Today we're going to be starting off the Metropolis with Lowrider. At the start, line up a dialogue jump to land just before the ledge and close out of the dialogue box. Then jump and grab the lever to get in and start driving. There's a few spots here where sometimes the car will throw you forward and you'll stop driving. The best way to combat this is just to spam X and hope that you don't get unlucky. When you have to change directions, use the momentum you already have to start pulling the lever the other way. Then once you reach the end of the car ride, jump out before the drop-off, close out of Mag's dialogue box, and bunny hop as far as you can. When you jump out, there's actually a chance you'll be squished by part of Mag's body, and you'll be sent all the way back to the start without the car, where you'll need to restart the level. So you might want to avoid this. When you're doing the bunny hopping, it can be easy to change to the back layer here and hit the wall, so try to move back to the front if you can, or you can just not jump at all and slow down to avoid this as well. Try to time a jump off this first car to get launched to the very top. The timing is a little precise, so you might have to use one of the other cars to make it up. Start driving the next car until around the bottom of the slope, then do a jump and use the momentum to press the button. Timing a jump off of this button can get you all the way up to the lever. If you manage to get it, you can go through the door to attempt this double LCJ to skip any further use of the car. This jump is pretty difficult, so we recommend doing it the normal way, where after you get launched by the car, push the ramp, then drop down a layer to hop back in. If you did get the lever early, you can just hop back in the car instead of doing the double LCJ, and it'll still save time over getting the lever later. It can be hard to get back in the car if you jump where the lever is, so it's best to get on from the back, possibly with a slope jump. Drive the car back and up the ramp, pull the lever after jumping off the button, then drive the car to where the double LCJ was. You can use the momentum of the car to reach the button quickly too, but be careful of the electricity. Once you're up, traverse the next set of obstacles as intended and get some bunny hops off the wheel if you can. Watch out for the car that's moving up and down and make it over to Mag's. There's a pretty hard bounce RCJ to skip a small section of these obstacles, but again, this trick doesn't save a whole lot compared to what you're risking, so it's not recommended. Also, if you're about to get squished by the car, you can survive by going into one of these small gaps. If you go up with the car, it's possible to get a lever fling to reach the roof of the next section. This is useful because it lets you push this dissolve over, which lowers the next car straight away, where you can drop down and start driving it. But again, this doesn't really save much, so it's not really worth it unless you're lined up to go for it. Once you've reached Mag's, there's a really unusual trick to go straight to the scoreboard. For some reason, if you grab Mag's legs in the perfect way, you're able to get slingshotted all the way up and to the right, where if you fall down, you'll land on the scoreboard. There isn't really a consistent way of getting this to work at all, but it seems like it involves falling to the left side of the left leg. But the chances of actually getting this are just so small you should never go for it. So instead, just pull the lever to lower the car normally. RCJ off the platform to hop in early and start driving as soon as the door is opened enough. Do the same as the first car by using your momentum to change direction quickly. You should also spam X while going down the hill, since there's a chance you'll get moved forward and you'll stop driving like before as well. When you're at the bottom, there's a small time save you can do. Since Z-Dude's car's speed is based on how close you are to it, you can do a jump off the hood of your car to land on the bouncer, then jump onto the upper road, where you can stand on the front of Z-Dude's car. This will make the car drive at full speed, since you're constantly so much further ahead than usual. Just watch out for Z-Dude's dialogue box when you're getting over there, since it can kill some of your jumps if it gets in the way. But you still have a decent amount of time to do it. When the car starts moving, there's a chance the front will jump up a bit, so make sure you don't fall into the cabin of the car, or it'll be hard to get out. Before the car falls down at the end, jump off towards Mags and close out of her dialogue box. Quit early if you can, and touch the scoreboard. Since there's no back layer here, it's possible to fall behind the level and die because of all the cardboard. Most of the time this doesn't happen though, but you can try to avoid it by grabbing onto Mags, or timing your jump off the car differently. Also, there's a chance that Mags will kill you like at the start. If you did die at any point before touching the scoreboard, you'll respawn back at your car and you can just drive it down as intended. We say it like that because you can actually activate the scoreboard's checkpoint and still die. At which point you can just leave the level because you'll activate the scoreboard right after you spawn from it. And that's all of Lowrider. Next we'll be having a look at Subway, which has another pretty important skip in it. See you next time.